Um, just wanted to talk a little bit about V2K and about how it affects me. I've just been watching some of my older videos, and my mates all know about these videos I've left, and it is embarrassing for me and my family. I suppose it's because you can't expect people to understand when they can't hear nothing. I mean, I can be lying next to my girlfriend in bed and I can hear them and she can't. I think it hurts me to say it, but I think that all V2K victims already were starting off with a mental illness, because the only sign you get that you're mentally ill normally is that you're hearing voices. Now, there's legitimate mentally ill people, and then there's V2K. And I think it's got a lot to do with the red spectrum, because you've got black and white, which is subconscious colour, and you've also got red, which is via the microwave spectrum. And I think as you're growing up, the reason a lot of people who hear voices have had a hard life is their association with the colour red. And red means warning, stop, halt, love. It means different things, but depending on what you're growing up and how you're alerted to the colour red, depends on whether or not you're going to hear voices, because black and white light is subconscious, and I believe that there's some red in there as well that mentally ill people perceive as well. Again, every time I try and leave a video, I always know that I hate how my voice sounds, and I hate the fact that I've got this much going on around in my head that I can't put what I want to say correctly. I mean, it just feels like they can do what they want to me, and they know no one will believe me. The method of their madness is flawless. If you think about it, if you can make someone hear something that someone lying next to them can't, then you've got to be clever. And that's what Audio Spotlight does. I could be sat next to Mel watching EastEnders, and she'd be able to, depending on which way the speaker were facing, she'd be able to hear it if it were facing her, and I wouldn't. I'd be in peace and quiet, even though we were sat in the same room. And these people have just figured out how to manipulate it and broadcast it around the world. I mean, when I think about it, I mean, doctors, psychiatrists, don't even know if the military or the army, navy, or all these respected bodies know about it. But I look at how many people there is on YouTube, and there's not that many people at all. There's not that many people at all. I am kind of a laughing stock, I think, as far as my mates are concerned. I don't mention it to my girlfriend anymore or to my mum. I just say that I hear voices now and again. But it's a difficult life. I mean, I've got white noise playing right now, and the voices travel on, and it keeps me awake, and they threaten me with nightmares every night. Every time I go to sleep, I wake up from a nightmare, and I have trouble getting back to sleep, because sometimes it carries on. And they tell me this before I go to sleep. They tell me that I'm going to have nightmares, and I know I've got thought projection. We've all got thought projection, because it's at the point of sight that we spell what we remember from growing up. So as you're growing up learning the alphabet, your sight distinguishes what you spell. You spell what you see at a proper fast rate, and it becomes as quiet as a thought, and it gives you self-awareness. So you know where you are, you know what you're looking at, and it's all just subconscious sight. It's like if you're watching television, you're watching a moving picture, but you don't recognise the skirting board or the carpet or the floor or the wall or the ornaments or anything else like that. And I've always said that sight triggers these sentences, because sight creates memories. And just seems they can do whatever they want to me, and I've just got to just soak it up. It baffles me how there's been no whistleblowers. I mean, I got it down to the number 442. That's how many broadcasters there were. But I'm not so sure there's that many. I think there's only a few, because it seems to be the same one all the time, or the same ones. I know they can't hear me thoughts. It's an illusion, because I project second person grammar. So like I said, if you put that with what I said before, we all project as thoughts. So I mean, you're projecting the alphabet to the point of sight. So whatever you're looking at, you think of a letter A, and there's an apple on the sideboard. That A is going to travel from your mind to that apple, and you've got a connection with it. And that's why we all project his own thoughts. So they know this, and it's just that some of us see part of the red spectrum. We're more aware of danger than other people, and that's how we trigger voices. I've seen so many things, just so many horrible things. The only way I can describe it is if you imagine your child falling down the stairs. Well, I see it, or your child getting run over. I see it in the back of my mind, or it could be in front of me. And it makes me jump, it makes me jolt. And that's what it is. It's vision made out of words. And a lot of V2K we do ourselves, we threaten ourselves, but they take over whenever they get out of bed or from wherever they're from. And it's continued threats. I know no one will ever believe me. I know that. It's going to take some genius from somewhere to do something. I don't think it helps to know how it's done. I've tried explaining how it's done, and it's, as far as I'm concerned, Audio Spotlight, it doesn't tell you, there's no mention of fitting your mobile phone into its processor using your phono leads, what you plug your headphones into. There's no description of that or what it would do, but if you've got an internet connection on your mobile phone, which most mobile phones obviously have, and you've got the actual frequency of your network provider, then what's coming out of the speakers, should you be on the internet, is those frequencies in ultrasonics. So